Thanks to Universal Studios Hollywood, we were given a first look at the ongoing construction for Super Nintendo World. From this colorful and exciting view in the park, to the warp pipe and into the land itself. We were given looks at what is completed and what has yet to be prepared before the February 17th opening date. This tour was led by John Porfino, the Vice President of Universal Creative, who had some interesting comments about the land, its story, and the collaboration with Nintendo.
The partnership with Nintendo was absolutely fantastic. Miyamoto-san was part of this every step of the way. It's really been a pleasure. I've been working on this project for probably about 5 or 6 years now at least, and he goes way back to the very beginning, along with the folks at the Creative Studio and everybody else that's really helped to develop and design this. So it's just been a tremendous collaborative project. So, and one of those was the warp pipe. So it's for those of you who may have seen Osaka, it's a little bit different. It's just because we're always trying to evolve some things, but this is where the adventure begins. So let's go ahead and walk on in. I'm using this line I used before. It means that entertainment and immersive experiences are not static. Yes, you see a lot of movie experiences that are out there. We still are going to do plenty more of those. We feel strongly about that. But if you take a look at how we relate to the future, even getting past this particular experience, clearly interactivity and having a higher level of immersion is where we always want to take it. And this going inside of a game clearly is another step up for us. Well, welcome to Super Nintendo World. It's really fun. I gotta say, over the last couple of weeks, being able to share it. We've been working on it for a fair bit of time, and you tend to get very deep into it, but it's a lot of fun and very exciting to now kind of share it. So these are the 2 rooms that we're going to go through, which actually teach us some important stuff we're going to need to learn before we ride the ride. So saying these 2 rooms are rooms where we learn things that we're going to need to know to ride the ride. In this room, it's really all about teaching us. We're about to get a visor. The visor and how we're going to put it on. You'll see some imagery of that. Because once we get those visors, we're going to go through the next room, go through the following room, get our visor, and then go on the right. And our AR glasses are down there, and those will snap into the visor. So, a couple little notes. We actually developed our own AR goggles, our own AR. This whole system, Universal Creative developed, which is really an incredible achievement. So kudos to our team that did that. And the real artwork, or the real, creative craft of what we're doing here is this ride is very next level in that it is an actual moving ride, and you will go through a series of environments where there's video mapping, there's LED screens, there's physical animations, there's special effects, and there's your AR goggles. And how you blendlessly seam all that together to make it look like it all goes away and becomes one thing is really the art of the whole thing. So it's really amazing because you have, you're going to see Super Mario with a green light over your right shoulder glancing off his face, and once he goes inside of an LED screen, that light follows him through. I mean, it's very, very, very cool. That's what I'm saying. You are in the game, which is pretty fantastic. And then once this room goes with the cost through this room rather, the next room will tell us how we learn to throw. We don't say shoot, we say throw. And that is really, if you visualize, you're looking through your goggles and you put a straight line out here, that's the direction that you're going to throw your shells in. It doesn't matter if you're turning this way or this way, it's where your head is aiming. And your triggers, if you will, or the buttons are on your steering wheel, like I just said. So it's one thing that I can tell you, I've done this a million times, and I've had a lot of people go through it. The first time you do it, you'll think, boy, I didn't do that well. The next time you do it, you'll get better at it. The next time you do it, you'll get better at it. Just like the game, it's no different. In terms of the ride itself, no difference. The ride is the ride here, the ride is the ride there. In terms of our configuration or how we had to adapt, like some of the queue lines, it's only in that different in that the configuration is different. They still have the same areas. They're just laid out a little bit different because the space is different. In terms of the land itself, we do not have a Yoshi ride. They do it in 860. But aside from that, I would say, pound for pound, you're still going to get the same game experience. You're going to get the same everything, the same visual experience that's out there, the same number of things, but it's essentially the same, but it's a different configuration because they have a bigger geography than we do. We had to kind of compress to what we had.
If you want to learn more about Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood or Japan, you can head to attractionsmagazine.com.